What if I told you that some of the biggest names in boxing and combat sports seem to stumble right after crossing paths with one man? Losses, knockouts, career derailments, confidence shattered. Fans call it the Jake Paul curse. Now, let's be clear from the start. This is not about magic, superstition, or conspiracy. But when patterns repeat themselves too often, people start asking questions. Tonight, we're breaking down the strange series of events surrounding Jake Paul's opponents and boxing figures linked to him, using names like Tyron Woodley, Askren, Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz, and even heavyweight superstar Anthony Joshua as reference points. Is it coincidence? Is it timing? Or is Jake Paul's presence exposing something deeper in modern boxing? Let's dive in. Jake Paul didn't come from the traditional boxing world. He wasn't raised in gyms. He wasn't molded by amateur circuits. He came from YouTube fame, controversy, and massive online attention. When Jake announced his transition into boxing, the sport laughed. Critics dismissed him as a gimmick. Fighters saw an easy payday. Fans expected quick knockouts in the other direction. But then something unexpected happened. Jake Paul started winning. And not just winning, he was knocking people out. Then Askren was the first major test. A former Olympic wrestler, undefeated in MMA, highly respected in combat sports. Most fans believed Askren would embarrass Jake Paul. Instead, he was knocked out in the first round. The loss was shocking, but what followed raised eyebrows. Askren retired almost immediately. His striking credibility vanished overnight. His legacy became the butt of internet jokes. Fans began whispering, "Everyone who fights Jake Paul loses something, even if it's not just the match." If there's one fighter most often linked to the curse, it's Tyron Woodley, a former UFC welterweight champion. Known for power, known for dominance. Woodley fought Jake Paul and lost. Then he fought him again. This time, Jake Paul knocked him out cold. After that moment, Woodley never fought again. His reputation plummeted. Sponsors faded. And fans stopped seeing him as the elite champion he once was. Was it Jake Paul's power? Was it age? Or did that moment simply expose decline that had already begun? Regardless, Woodley's career never recovered. Then came Anderson Silva, a legend, one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. A man many believed would outclass Jake Paul. Silva lost by decision. It wasn't devastating, but the symbolism mattered. After decades of dominance, Silva was outboxed by a YouTuber. Fans didn't see him the same again. Legends don't lose, but Silva did. And it fed the narrative even more. Nate Diaz didn't lose his toughness. But after fighting Jake Paul, something changed. He looked slower, less sharp, less threatening. Even Diaz admitted afterward that boxing Jake Paul wasn't what he expected. While Nate remains a star, fans notice the pattern again. Fighters walk in confident. They walk out diminished. Now this is where things get controversial. Anthony Joshua never fought Jake Paul. But fans noticed something strange. Joshua, once seen as unstoppable, suffered shocking losses in the same era Jake Paul rose in boxing. Loss of confidence. Hesitation in the ring. Mental pressure. Jake Paul publicly called him out. Mocked him. Challenged him. Some fans believe the symbolism mattered more than the fight itself. In today's boxing world, narratives travel faster than punches. Being linked to Jake Paul, win or lose, can shake perception. And perception changes careers. Let's slow down. There is no curse. No supernatural force. No bad luck spell. No hidden agenda. What is real? Backhand index pointing right age. Most of Jake Paul's opponents were past their prime. Backhand index pointing right style mismatch. Boxing is not MMA. Backhand index pointing right ego traps. Many underestimated him. Backhand index pointing right public humiliation. Losing to Jake Paul hurts reputation more than rankings. Jake Paul doesn't just beat fighters. He beats expectations. And when expectations collapse, careers follow. Fans call it a curse because careers stall after fighting him. Confidence visibly drops. Public perception turns harsh. Fighters become memes overnight. In combat sports, momentum is everything. Once it's gone, it rarely returns. Jake Paul understands branding, pressure, and spotlight better than most traditional fighters. And that may be his most dangerous weapon. The Jake Paul curse isn't magic. It's modern boxing reality. A collision between fame and legacy, youth and aging champions, ego and preparation, boxing and entertainment. Jake Paul didn't break boxing. He exposed it. And until fighters stop underestimating him, the so-called curse will continue to live on.